So here we are in St Lucia, but upstairs in the Britannia Lounge.
It's all kicking off.
We have a studio.
We have a studio.
The studio, and we are filming Wonderbirds.
Camera one.
Camera one.
Camera one
With our
Two sanitizers.
Two sanitizers.
Lovely.
Mandy Hickson,
Holding it together.
who is, has been an RAF fighter pilot,
And is
but
now
a camera woman.
camera woman
Absolutely.
extraordinaire.
Yes,
Yes.
camera woman number one.
Very strategic moves there, Mandy. Very
Thank
good
you.
indeed.
Yes.
Still quite strong.
Camera
Yes.
number 2
Camera number 2 and 3, actually,
and 3.
is Deborah Arnold.
Thank you, Deborah. Would you like to show us how you've connected this all up?
I have no idea because camera 1...
This is a beautiful thing. We've got some sanitary bottles.
Yes,
Not sanitary bottles.
Sanitising.
Yes, thank you
bottles.
very much.
Mandy
that's in
Hickson, our wonderful
cinematic.
friend. Mandy has now taken over
Lovely.
as
And-
lead camera person.
Yes.
And camera 3.
Debbie, you can talk through that one then.
Camera 3 is my phone, and it's got WhatsApps on it as well.
Lovely.
Shouldn't have, really, but anyway, we're doing lots of this. And so,
And I am.
Sitting there in gay abandonment.
model.
I'm the model.
My
You see,
mother
I've got
said, "Never
such
go mad
long
with a
legs.
model."
Do you know what? I think we'd all rather be off and out. We're very, very, very busy in the studio right now.
Dedicated.
And dedicated.
hello, everybody. We've got this episode of Wonderbirds is from St. Lucia. In fact, the Wonderbirds should live here, shouldn't we, really?
I think so.
We're on a ship, we're on the Spirit of Discovery, and we've just stopped here, but we have today possibly one of our most inspirational guests that we ever had. We have all fallen in love with her.
Madly.
And as we are little baby Wonderbirds, we would now like to introduce Big Bird, alias Mandy Hickson. Hey, Mandy! We love you.
So snug.
Have you ever had an interview like this before?
No, on a sofa with 3 hot chicks.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if we should all be in bed together, really. Well, we're all in our nest.
Yeah, I think that might be a bit too much for
Yes.
viewers.
Yes.
What do you think?
But we're all in bed together. I mean,
We are?
we're all in the nest.
I don't know.
It's the
In the
first
nest.
time we've all been in a nest together.
How exciting.
It's very exciting.
How exciting.
Yes.
This is almost like a nest as well, isn't it?
It's like a bed nest.
It is.
No, I actually, because I never
And
see
that's
them
bad.
live, Debbie and Dee. I've been convinced that they're actually glove puppets.
We are.
Well, we have
You've
met
got legs.
ventriloquists as well on board, haven't we?
Yes, we have. We've had a fantastic time. So, Mandy, we are so inspired by you, and also by the fact that you're such a lunatic.
I don't class myself as a lunatic at all, though, as you know.
Yes.
But I do embrace adventure within life.
Oh, what a
Wonderful.
lovely thing to say. And you've done more for women than I think many
other-
women
yes.
in the world.
In the world.
In Siveld. Well, so it's a really interesting one, isn't it? So, shall I give you a little bit of a backdrop?
Please.
A backdrop of my life.
Please.
A quick summary. So, I was in the Air Force. I did 17 years serving full time, 8 years as a reservist through the Tornado GR4 on the front line. And just feel free to come and join in podcast as well. And basically when I left, actually, although I kept my head sort of under the parapet the whole time I was in the Air Force, because when you're doing an operational tour, you don't want to be in media, you don't really want to have your face out there at all. And so when I left, I sort of started to realise that we were really missing something in the world outside of the military to actually really put our face forward. And so basically 12 years ago when I left, I decided to sort of change my mission completely and to ensure that others could follow in my pathway with a lot more ease than perhaps it was for myself.
The thing is, Mandy, when you joined the RAF, I mean, how many women are generally in it?
Well,
Compared
they
to
say
men.
10%,
Yeah.
but it's in different pockets you'll have very different numbers. So for myself, I was one of only 5 women that flew the Tornado GR4 on the front line. There were quite a few more Tornado F3 pilots. We had one female Harrier pilot, Mitch, and a couple of female Jag pilots. But on the GR4 there was only 5 of us. So
Can you tell us that amazing story about when you actually flew in a war zone? Because I just was blown away
There
by
are
that.
numerous ones. The one where I shot at.
Yeah.
Of course.
Feel free to chat as well.
Yeah.
you know,
Anyway,
that's
we've
me.
heard this.
Oh, we've heard
Yeah.
this. Boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
So many people have the same story, love.
It is
It's
amazing.
tedious. It is tedious. No, so I was leading a mission, a combat mission over Iraq, and it was my first ever opportunity to lead a mission, so it was quite a big deal for me. And we had been patrolling the no-fly zone over southern Iraq for about 4 months, and not a lot had happened, I'll be honest. It had been quite quiet, and I think when you're in that sort of state of mind, although you're flying in a war zone, you know, quietness breeds complacency, as we all know. And yeah, basically I was just swept up my last reconnaissance target, and a surface-to-air missile launched at us, and it launched in what's called a heat-seeking mode. So it locked onto the heat of my engines. If it wasn't for the fact my navigator had seen it, then I probably literally wouldn't be here today. And yeah, we carried out a manoeuvre, which we'd practiced literally hundreds of times. And as I broke towards the right, I chilled my engines at flares leave, which are a decoy. And the surface missile literally went from being locked on to pulling off on the flares, and to explode about 2 miles away, which was quite stressful. And I may have uttered a couple of small descriptive words in the colour of brown. And that's that.
And that is the best laugh. We
love your laugh.
Yeah,
we love your laugh. And
Yeah.
also, where did you learn to, the other thing is really important question, where did you learn to dance so well?
To be honest, I've been taught by professionals the whole of my career within the Air Force. And, you know, dancing was really at my heart and soul. And so I felt I should, you know, obviously project myself forward onto the dance floor at all times.
Which you do.
Which I do. Which I do.
But you're one
and
hell of a
teaching.
swimmer too, Mandy.
I'm one hell of a swimmer.
Oh my!
Now, to tell them what we were doing yesterday.
Well, yesterday I was
Your
very
tornadoes.
nervous. We went out on a boat. We went to swim with the turtles, and I, being a wimp, just kind of went, I can't get on. And Mandy looked me in the eye and said, keep breathing. As long as there is air in your lungs, you will float. And I went, okay.
They actually did say that as well.
And then the man on the boat gave me some
No.
water wings. So I put the water wings on.
Which helped.
And she gave me the mask, and she went, just put the mask on. I was like, I can't. So I put the mask on, and I looked down into the water. And as a little bit later, we were all swimming around. I was getting very excited because I felt like I was in a big fish tank. And then coming towards me, I was thinking, where's Mandy? And these great big...
Buoyancy aids.
Her own buoyancy aids, she didn't tell me she had those, came towards me, and I went, there she is! There's my mum!
But in summary, at the end of that, we were just talking through that story, and Natalie was telling me, and if you can imagine, Natalie and my husband were looking towards me, and I was looking towards the back of the boat where our lovely driver, our Martinique driver, and I basically demonstrated what the view that Natalie must have seen under the water, of which the man got a full eye. He was very happy.
Well, he
said
thanked you in French.
He thanked me in French and just went, merci, it's mid my day. What can he say? Yes,
Our viewers are not going to be...
Anyway, back
yes,
to
go on.
Mandy's career. Stop talking rubbish.
But that's the great thing, is that you can talk rubbish.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a degree in that.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm just interested to know how you decided that this is what you wanted to do. I mean, where did it come from?
Yeah, it's an interesting one really. So I'd always grown up hearing stories from my grandpa. So he was a pilot during the Second World War, and he sort of drip fed me these really exciting stories of, I don't know, flying in South Africa, landing through molehills, or anthills, the size of small mountains, because he decided to turn the aircraft inverted and it ran out of oil. So he did a crash landing, and he was telling me this, and I'd be really excited by all these stories. But this was a sort of stage in life whereby this was a very male-dominated society. Women weren't allowed to be pilots, but it just started to set alight this small fire, really. And when the Air Training Corps, now known as the Air Cadets, which is an organisation run by the RAF for young people, 13 to 18-year-olds, they opened their doors for the first night. And my mum suggested I join, and when I was there I flew, and it was literally a moment of realisation. It was like I clicked my fingers, and I remember saying to the pilot, do you get paid for doing this? And he said, yes, this is my career. And I thought, oh my goodness, it was like this moment where you think, I can turn something that is this absolute passion within me into a career, into a job.
Wow.
And I was really lucky, I think, to find that passion so early on in my life, really, in the age of 13, 14, to suddenly find what your passion is really incredible, isn't it?
And what is your mantra? Is it live your dream, or...?
No, my mantra is dream it, believe it, but do it. Put it into action. And I think that's that whole feeling of people have these big dreams, but then they actually never ever put them into action.
That's the whole thing about, all of these sort of self-help books, which I adore, but an awful lot of them say, just put it out there, and you can't put it out there.
Yeah.
You've got to go and get it.
You do, and now I just feel for myself, every opportunity that comes my way, I say yes to, and then I
Like going on the ship.
like coming on a
Yes.
ship and meeting these 3 fabulous women.
But you're incredibly, and I wouldn't say, inspiring is a lovely word, but motivating is, it was just the way that you got me off that boat yesterday and said, it's fine, just calm, just think about what you're doing, just do it. And I loved it. I had such a great day. I was so inspired, and I've never done that before.
Yeah.
And we saw turtles.
We did, but it was also the realisation of how annoyed you would be with yourself if you hadn't done it.
Absolutely.
And I just think you would have sat there and thought, why am I just sitting on this boat while everyone else is literally in this world under the water, and they're seeing, you literally felt, I've not been onto such a great coral reef actually, and we were surrounded by zebrafish and these fantastic electric blue fish.
Unbelievable.
And it was like being in an aquarium.
It was.
And I just said,
It
you
was.
will really regret this if you don't do it.
It was
And
brilliant.
it's about seizing the day, isn't it?
And motivational.
Yeah,
That is
motivational,
just-
but you take the world, you bring with you, wherever you go, this wonderful feeling of, I don't know, I feel like...
Joy.
Yes, joy. You
And
make us all
energy.
very-
Oh, this is like a love fest.
Also, the best laugh.
You just feel that
Best laugh.
you're extraordinary. It's like you go all through your life and you never meet anyone as amazing
No, and
as you.
that's absolutely true.
you.
It really is
you.
true. We're
Well,
not just saying that
I
because
feel the
it's
same.
But your laugh is so funny because on the ship, or in a boat, I never know which
No,
ship.
we're on
The little
a
boat-
ship.
No, we're on a ship now, but on the boat yesterday, going to look for the turtles. Nobody spoke English. Italian, French, every nationality. But Mandy's laugh, every now and then, would just burst out, and they would all be laughing.
Everyone
and
laughs a lot.
They would just
Yeah,
be brilliant.
I have to say the whole family have it. Some might say it's a disadvantage, but actually, one thing that it does is, everyone does laugh with you or
It
laugh
unites
at you
people.
or at you.
Was there a goat in the family, do you think, that started this laugh?
Well, that's a bit personal. We'd have to ask our mother. Part human, part goat.
Ancestry,
It was
I'll tell
actually
you.
more like a sea lion, I think.
Yes,
in
it is.
distress.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, to be honest, the foghorn on the ship had broken, so the captain did get me up
Did he
actually
ask you?
earlier on just to
Yeah.
go to port.
On the
yeah,
Lido, yeah.
On the Lido deck, yeah.
Mandy, we love you. We would
love
ask you to
you,
be an
we do.
honorary Wonderbird, but in fact you're just too
The
big
settee's
for the
too full.
nest.
I'm too big. I'm too big. I'm like double the size of all of you. So yeah. In fact, on the boat yesterday, at one point it was slightly kilted, and I said, "Shall I move to the other side?" And it did flatten me out. So that was that. But
You are just
But no,
amazing.
I think. Do you know what? I think what's really nice, and we've been talking a lot about this, is energies. And I think I've been so lucky in life to meet people whereby I think you feel the energy from different people, and I think. So long as you get that energy, then that energy grows as well. And we've been doing, and these wonderful ladies have been running acting classes on board, Actors at Sea.
Yes.
And it's been brilliant, and we have watched, I've joined in as well, and it's been great because we've watched confidence and the energy of the group grow, and that's what's so often lacking,
And
isn't
seeing Mandy as a white rabbit.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Now-
quite a special
So
moment.
Yeah.
once in a lifetime.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Can I just say my
in a
highlight
lifetime.
though? My highlight was being an operatic singer with Simon Williams as the drunk pilot in a, what's it called? Impro.
Yes,
Impro,
yes,
impro, darling.
impro,
I'm getting all the
impro.
right
Absolutely.
lingo. Yeah, but no, that's
Showing your
We
knickers
could
at the
actually-
same time.
Showing my knickers. I was fortunately wearing a bikini.
Yes.
Can you give us an example of the white rabbit, though?
I'm very, very late. No time to say hello,
And the
goodbye. I'm late.
Gold star.
And the
that
opera
day.
singer, please.
And the opera singer. La, 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 la.
It's a shame she's
You are one of those people who can just do everything. Let's face it.
very
Nothing
shy.
you can
I mean,
do.
the thing is, we
Very
should be
shy.
doing an improvisation of Mandy as the fighter pilot and us as her. Who would
You could be my
Underlings.
wingmen.
Yes,
Or women.
Wingman.
Yes, how does that-
Women.
Wing
Let's do
women.
it.
How does
Yes.
that work? Let's do it now. How does it work?
How does it
Oh
work?
God, I hated the improv. I'm so crap at it.
No, you're playing
where's
the
your
pilot.
thrust?
I'm playing the pilot. Okay,
You're
okay.
thrusting.
Okay, I need
we're
you
all
in
behind
position.
you.
Can I
though.
do that gun
Where-
thing that you were saying? When you sort of point it in that direction instead of at you. that thing you were saying.
What was that? I'm drunk.
The gunners.
The gunners.
The gunners.
What, when I'm going down on a strafe
Yes,
manoeuvre?
yes.
Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dee, what I'd like for you is
Yeah.
I'd like you to be in a strafe manoeuvre, so
Right.
you're heading directly towards the ground.
Okay.
Do not pull your trigger too early.
Right.
Okay.
Me?
I'm worried about you pulling your trigger too early. So
Happens a lot.
you can be my navigator. So you're
Okay.
going to be sitting directly behind me.
She
Okay.
tells you what to do.
You're my wing woman.
What does that mean?
No, you're on my wing. So you're
Okay.
checking my six.
You mean I'm
You're
on the
checking
wing?
all
I'm
over.
not in the aeroplane?
You've got your own aeroplane because you are now a confident, strong swimmer.
I have my own.
And woman, and you can be there. Okay, so we're going to
Right,
a
okay.
mission in Iraq. Okay.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Okay, you're just basically keeping an eye out for any threats.
And I'm in another plane.
And you're just going to give me directions as to where to go.
Okay, right.
Because I think that's
it's like
slightly-
I'm not doing that.
You're not pulling your trigger too early. Okay, so we're flying off. Okay, are we ready?
Are we going?
Okay, so I'm going to go into takeoff mode.
All right,
Okay,
right.
you have got to watch me. When I give the nod, I want your feet off the brakes, and I want you to stick on my wing. Okay, that's your job. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Go up,
Okay,
Mandy.
we're pulling up. No, you don't need to give me that direction. I can know how to fly. You're pulling up with me. You're pulling up.
Mandy, I'm with you.
You're with me. I see you. I see you.
Right.
My number 2 on the wing. Okay, girls, we just come over to the left.
Still going up.
Coming over the left. Check your left though. As we're
How do
going.
I know
don't
when
want
to pull
I
straight
have
Okay,
to go right.
I'm going left.
Why? You said I'm your navigator.
Okay, we're going to go right. Got my finger on the trigger. That way. Okay, so we're going right. Are you ready?
Mandy.
Right. Okay, we're coming into the target, Dee. We're coming into the target. Right. Down. Are we looking? You're both in the target. Okay, heading down to where you got the mark on.
Mark
Yeah.
on what?
The target, Deborah. Come on, you're marking it. You're marking it.
How do I mark it?
Just use your hand like that. Okay, you can see.
I marked it.
You can see the hairline.
Yeah.
Hairline. Okay, and ready then. D. 3, 2, 1. Trigger. Boom! That's it. And there you go.
I was taking pictures of you at that moment.
that's
Hang on,
lovely.
hang on. I could see the guy running out that we saw.
Oh, can you?
And he's getting in the car.
And he's driving
God
off.
for
Thank
that.
God for that. He escaped.
Missed.
You didn't miss. No, you were on my wing, doing what
Well,
you're
was
doing,
that-
supporting.
And I am the navigator, and I didn't know where we were going.
Well, I thought we were going left, but obviously I was wrong because I hadn't got the bigger picture, but you did have the bigger picture.
I think,
Oh, fly me to the moon.
That
Fly
really
me to the moon.
exhilarating. I want to do it for real.
yes.
Fly me to the moon and let's float among your stars.
Well,
and
ladies and
stars.
germs. No, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and germs. My father used to say that. We have had the most fantastic show.
We really have.
I mean, the sad thing is that Mandy is leaving us.
I know, I'm devastated because there's a performance that will be going on the last day.
Don't worry, we'll film it.
Film
We'd
it.
love you to come
Yeah.
back to Wonderbirds
Yeah.
in real life.
Absolutely.
Well, kind of it won't be as real as
Is this not
real?
real?
No.
This is real.
And that is the sad thing, isn't it? And I've always thought that when you do, when you do podcasts and, that on Zoom it's fantastic and it's been a great facility, but you cannot replace the energy of being in the same
No,
place,
and the
in
love.
the nest.
And the love.
This is true.
The love.
Adore this creature. It's been a love fest.
It has. Buy Mandy's book, please.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Must
Plug
do that.
something.
Well done, plug
Oh,
it.
yes. Please, forget about it.
An officer, not a gentleman.
Great
Yes,
title.
Great
I've
title.
got a signed copy because
Yeah.
I've got a darling Debbie.
Darling Debbie, you've
darling, get a darling.
She told me to write that though.
you.
Sorry, I didn't. What can I say?
Crawler.
I was from the Green Eyed Girl in her one as well.
Yes.
But no, it's a wonderful. I say it's a wonderful book.
I'm sure.
No, it's a really interesting read actually. It's had some wonderful reviews and
You wrote them all yourself?
I wrote 2,500 5-star reviews. It's taken me hours to think about the name. But all as in tradition, I can only think of the one negative one, which was Nazi feminist propaganda. I know. Why is there always one?
Yes.
One
Was
it a
person.
bloke?
Yes, of course it
Why
was.
is it that we listen to everybody's ideas, thoughts, whatever? We'll always find the negative one. What is that?
Always. I don't know, because that's the way that we are. We have a default, don't we? Your children say to you, "I got 9 A's and a C." You go, "What was the C in?" You can't help it, and I think, but I mean, to take that into a slightly deeper level, actually, that's why I think it's so important. We always. Why can I remember that one? You've got to sort of stop doing that to ourselves. Is that we focus on the negative, and then you've got to actually turn it around and focus on the positive, because. By doing that, that's how we always. You must do that as actors.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I've had a couple of wonderful terrible reviews. But I actually had, when I was doing The Sleeping Prince, I actually had in Chichester, I had a terrible review from Jack Tinker, who at the time was like the top for the Daily Mail. It was
real
like a
tinker.
double-page spread saying, "Oh, this girl is awful," and I remember
Do you want me
thinking,
to go and drop a weapon?
"Thank you, it's all right."
Yeah,
he's
don't
dead.
worry,
He's
I'll-
dead. He's
Oh, he's
dead
dead.
now.
I've
But,
got the
but
trigger.
then you see, I was so. It really got me, and I thought that's so unfair. When we came to the West End, another double-page spread saying, I was so wrong. This girl is magnificent. She's turned the whole thing round. In 3 months, she's grown so much. And so it was the best and worst review I ever heard.
Well, that's fascinating, isn't it? Wow. Because so in other words, what it is we've got to look at it as feedback.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and actually something that we talk a lot about is how to get positive feedback. So if we get constant, adulation,
Like we do
with us,
Yeah.
then ultimately we're going to become more confident, but we're not going to change what we're doing. If you get developmental feedback where someone actually says, okay, this is how you could be better, well then actually that's how we build competence. That's how we're going to get better and better and better. And so it's about having that balance between motivational feedback and actually developmental as well.
Absolutely. But
And-
but take it. The thing is, we're just all afraid of being judged.
Yeah.
And if
Yes.
you're judged and you feel it's negative, you feel rejected. And if you feel rejected, you therefore feel isolated. And if you feel isolated, you feel all alone. And that's
Yeah.
the one thing we don't want, isn't it? So
You rattled your cage this morning.
I know that's very
I
deep.
have become
very
a
deep.
deep sea diver.
Ah,
I see
why
turtles
she's deep.
underwater,
Yeah.
tiny
confidence
fish,
has grown.
and Mandy's boobs.
That's it. And my
Moving
boobs
towards
did grow
me.
as well.
Exactly.
But no, so there's a lovely little acronym. I love military. We love our acronyms. Okay, and it's
does
called
that mean?
BOOST. An acronym is where we're going to take all the first letters and create a word that is then easily rememberable. So here's the feedback. It's called BOOST. Because if I say, "Can I give you some feedback?" you think, "No, don't want it." The hackles come up on the back of your neck,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
your brain instantly says, "I don't want to hear this." But if you say, "Can I give you a boost?" you're going, "Yeah, absolutely." And what you're going to give is balanced, objective, observed, specific and timely. So I'm going to tell you
I love it.
instantly how
That's
you
brilliant.
can boost your performance
Yes.
by using those 5 things.
That's
So-
a really good thing to say. I'm gonna
Well, I
give you
think
a
in the
boost.
same way when actors, you can feel very negative things from a director, but if you say that was fantastic, but do you know what could make it even better?
Even better.
that would be better.
It helps
Yeah.
because you start from a good place, don't you? If somebody talks
Simon
to you like
Williams did this amazing article, and in it he says that when somebody comes backstage and says to you, "You're great in the second act," you automatically think, "I was crap in the
crap.
first."
Yeah, you do. It's true. Yeah, your child goes to someone's house and they say, "Oh my goodness, that dinner was absolutely. Is mine not good then?" You know,
Yes,
instantly it's wrong and say, "Oh, I'm really pleased that you've had a lovely dinner."
Now,
out."
my
You think,
grandma used to say, I used to say, "Oh, thank you, Mum, the chicken soup is lovely. Do you want some more?" "No." "What was wrong with it?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just full. Just full. Having said that, we cannot say that there's been anything wrong with the food on board today, have we?
Oh my
goodness,
God. Oh,
the food has been unbelievable.
Yes, they're
Really
gonna- I
amazing.
mean, I don't know if it was Natalie or Dee that said this. She said they should weigh the ship on the way out and weigh it on the way back.
Oh my gosh! Well, I'll tell you what. I went on the scales in the gym because some of us have been going to the gym. There are some scales in there. But what's really funny is, as you're tilting at sea, I was putting on half a stone and taking off half a stone. So I was like, I'm going to take a photo of that bit. I've lost weight on the cruise, not on the other bit. So,
Exactly. But listen, we have to go because we're running over time.
I'm
are.
sorry.
No,
No,
we
you,
love
darling.
you. We love you, Big Bird.
Oh, no, it's been great fun, and it's been what a fantastic week we've had.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brit-
what a
the best.
fantastic cruise! What a fantastic treat, and all thanks to
Oh, well.
Ms. Arnold.
She touched my knee again. I love her.
I know.
I love her.
Got a lot of love.
Thank you.
And my cold hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cold hands.
See you soon.
Bye.